Hey there! Welcome to microbiology. This course is also known as Biology 221, just to make sure that you're in the right spot. My name is Chris Hollingsworth. I'm your instructor for this semester. I'm super excited to share with you the exciting and fun world of microbiology this semester. We're going to have a lot of fun. I'd like to share with you a little bit about myself so you can get to know me. If you take a look at the picture on the left-hand side, that's me there with the green bag. My husband is in front of me. Behind me, you'll see my oldest daughter. She's 17 and getting ready to start her own college adventure soon. Behind her is my son. He's 14, and then behind him is our youngest daughter. She's 12. When I started school, I went to BYU Provo, and I always knew that biology was something I was interested in. And when I got to BYU and considered all of the possibilities, animal science was the specialty that I think rose to the top for me. And I really enjoyed my time there in animal science. My intention at the time was to go to vet school. As I was completing my coursework in the animal science department, I took a microbiology class, much like this one. It was a requirement for the degree, and I discovered when I took that class that I absolutely loved microbiology. I fell in love with it so much that I decided that instead of going to vet school, I wanted to complete a master's degree in microbiology. And so I completed my degree also from BYU Provo, and during that time met my husband, and we got married, and then when we both graduated, he got a job with AMD in Austin, and so we moved to Austin, Texas. We've been in Austin now for about 17 and a half years. Things that I'm doing when I'm not teaching. So I've been teaching about 15 years, almost since we arrived in Austin. The things that I do outside of teaching, I'm a Girl Scout volunteer. So if you take a look at the picture on the left-hand side, those are some of the girls that are in the troop that I work with. They're really fun and amazing. I'm also a BSA volunteer, and so you can see me in the lower middle front row of that picture with some of the colleagues that I volunteer with. I was also recently called to be an early morning seminary teacher, and I have seminary in my own home. There are 20 students in my class. We have a great time every morning. Some of my other hobbies, I enjoy reading, especially a good sci-fi or fantasy book. I love the outdoors, backpacking, hiking, fishing, camping, and I'm always looking for a new adventure. That's one of the reasons I enjoy volunteering with Scouts so much, is it provides an opportunity for new adventure. Well, let's talk about this class that you're enrolled in. Some fun facts to whet your appetite. 2 to 3 pounds of your body weight are bacteria. That's right, if you got rid of all the bacteria, you wouldn't weigh so much. We're also discovering that every person has a unique set of microorganisms that live in and on their bodies, and it's being called a bacterial fingerprint. Someday, crimes might be solved by a bacterial fingerprint rather than a regular normal fingerprint. We're discovering that bacteria influence mood and weight, so taking care of the organisms in your gut is critical. Antibiotics is the single biggest public health threat today. We don't know how to combat it right now, and we're going to talk about how does that happen, how does resistance happen, and what can be done to fight it. Some innovative treatments that go along with antibiotic resistance: fecal transplants. What? Yep, you heard that right, fecal transplants. We're taking organisms from healthy people and transferring them into those that are sick, and they recover. We're looking at bacteriophages, which are viruses that specifically target bacteria, and of course, probiotics and how they can help. But most of all, I want you to leave the class knowing that most bacteria are good and important, and we want to take care of them. So we're going to start with anatomy, move on to biochemical processes and genetics, then look at the tools that are used to study organisms and diagnose infections, and we'll finish with how organisms affect our bodies and what we can do to defend ourselves when those little critters try to infect us. This course will be conducted using the BYU learning model: prepare, teach one another, ponder, and prove. Course materials are accessed through BYU iLearning online system. And 2 questions I would like you to consider throughout the semester. As you're learning this material, I want you to ask yourself, why should I care? Why does this matter to me? And the other question is, how can what I'm learning strengthen my testimony of the gospel of Jesus Christ? It's going to be a great semester. Bye-bye.